classes. Today we are going to start the last topic of this chapter, that is reproduction in non-flowering plants. Means in this topic we are going to study how the non-flowering plants can reproduce. We have some example here. Molds, mushrooms and ferns are non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plant means they do not bear any flower. They produce spores instead of flower. What they produce? Spores instead of flowers. The spores are dispersed by wind, and these spores of non-flowering plant are dispersed by wind under some favorable conditions. The spores grow into new plant, and these spores grow into new plants after dispersion. Each spores can produce a new plant, and each of these spores can produce into a new plant. So our lesson second explanation is completed. I think we can do a short revision of this lesson. Let's start. Here I prepare a small summary of this lesson 2, that is reproduction in plants. First topic we have studied in this lesson is ways in which plants reproduce. What we have studied? Ways in which plants reproduce. There are three ways in which plants reproduce. What they are? Flowering plants from seed. Some plants reproduce from their spores. Just now I have given you example of mold and mushroom. They reproduce from their spores because they are non-flowering plants. Then we have studied some plants reproduce from their body parts. Some plants are there that can reproduce from their body parts, such as leaves, stems and root. And we have some example also like rose and bryophyllum. I want to show you a bryophyllum leaf, how they reproduce. As you can see here, I am showing you, this is the leaf of bryophyllum, and it's reproduced from its margin. Margin means the upper part of this leaf is known as margin. It's reproduced a small bud from its margin. Understood? You can see this leaf of bryophyllum here. Then we move to the next topic, that is the parts of flower we have studied. Here a flower I have drawn, that is of hibiscus flower. Here some parts I have made for you. First is stalk. A stalk is a green color part that join the bud part, bud means kali, that join the bud and stem together. Stalk is the part of the flower that join bud and stem together. After stalk we have a part called sepal. What it is? Sepal. Sepal protects the bud. What is the function of sepal? Sepal protect the buds. Understood? Then this is known as petals. Petals are of different color we find in a flower, like orange, pink, white, yellow, different color. Here we find a yellow powder that is known as stigma. Stigma is the male reproductive part of the flower. Stigma is the male reproductive part of the flower. Then we have studied changing of flower into fruit. How a flower change into fruit? By the process of pollination, flower changes into fruit. And how the pollination process occur? By the help of insects. What the insects do? The insects take the pollen from one flower to another. With the help of insects, the pollinations occur. After that we have studied parts of seed. What we have studied? Parts of seed. What they are? We have studied about the seed coat. Seed coat is the part of seed which protect the seed. Then we have studied cotyledons, and at last we have studied about the embryo. Then we studied the state of germination of seed, how the seed germinates into a young baby plant, and how seed grow into a new plant, first they form a radicle, then they form pumil, then they form a small seedling. After that we have studied about the dispersal of fruit and seed. Dispersal means distribution of fruit and seed. Dispersal is done by the help of animal, by the help of wind, and by the help of water. How dispersal will be done? By animal, what happen? Some animal have hooked spines and stiff hair on their body, which sticks the seed to their bodies, and when they go for grazing from one place to another, they disperse them. By the help of wind, some seed are lightweight, that can they disperse from one place to another from the help of wind. And after that dispersal by water, some seeds like lotus and coconut have a floating device which enable them to float along with the water over a long distance. Then we have studied reproduction by vegetative parts. We have studied reproduction by root of the plant, by the stem of the plant, and by the leaf of the plant, and I have shown you a bryophyllum leaf also. Then we have studied the artificial vegetative reproduction, in which we have studied the grafting method. In the grafting method, two shoots are united to make a new plant, that is known as grafting method. And I have told you about what is shoot system and what is root system of the plant. Shoot system of the plant is the part of the plant that is above the ground is known as shoot system, and the part of the plant that is below the ground is known as root system. Then today we have completed our last topic, that is reproduction in non-flowering plant. We have completed reproduction in non-flowering plant. In this way we have completed lesson 2nd. So please do a revision of lesson 2nd thoroughly. And today in this class I am going to discuss the exercises of lesson 1, that is given on page number 8. As you can see, I have opened the page number 8. I have given you this exercises in the homework. So let's discussion of exercise first, that is choose the correct option of lesson 1. First question is, the component of environment include the natural environment and the man-made environment. Understood? Second question, the two category of living beings in the atmosphere are, the two category in which living beings in the atmosphere are, they are consumer and the producer. What they are? Consumer and the producer. So your first option is correct. Third is, plant need to produce their food. What the plant need to produce their food in this option? They need carbon dioxide also, they need water and sunlight also. So your option that is correct for this third question is option number C. They need both A and B. Our next question is question number 4. Question number 4 is, which of these group is a carnivorous? Carnivorous means the animal which eats only animal flesh is known as carnivorous. So carnivorous animals are dog, lion and tiger. So your option of this question is option number C. Now come to the fill in the blanks, that is question number C. Fill in the blanks. First is, dash environments occur naturally on the earth. Natural environment occur naturally on the earth. Animal depends on plant for their food and survival. Why animal depends on plant? For their food and for their survival also. Plant uses water to prepare food during the photosynthesis. Plants can't grow without soil. Human beings depend on plant for their survival. Our next question is question number E, that is true or false. First question is, plants need carbon dioxide only. can plants survive with only with the carbon dioxide? No. So the first question is false. Second is plants are producer of food. Yes, plants are producer of food. Air has no color, no shape and no size. Yes, air does not have any type of color, shape or size. Fourth question is water is important for all living things. Yes, water is important for all living things because living things cannot survive without water. Animals need oxygen and water. Fifth question is animals need oxygen and water. Yes, animals need oxygen and water. Sixth question is all animals are consumers. Yes, all the animals are consumer because they do not prepare their own food as the plants prepare. So this is the discussion of exercises of lesson 1 that you have to do in the book when you get your book. And please do a good revision of lesson 2nd. Have a nice day, class 5th. Bye bye.